Hi guys, it's Leanne from Uplift Coaching. I'm a little late. I just was on a call, so I'm sorry. I'm always late. I say that every day. So I wanted to talk today about the mindset shifts for weight loss. So we're on day 3, and this one is actually about rigid thinking. So if you were, a person that used to go to the gym or did exercise a lot when you were a bit younger, sometimes we tend to keep the same ideas about what is good enough for exercise, what is going to work based on what we used to do, right? So I used to be fit, or I used to do swimming, or I used to do running, or I used to do gym. I was in the gym every, day for an hour. Like I've talked to, there's quite a few people. I've talked to mums that were in the gym nearly 6 days a week, but then they were feeling bad about leaving their kids. And I'm like, why would you be there 6 days a week? I know people that are on cross trainers for an hour. Why do you want a cross trainer for an hour? Because they think an hour is what's required to make it work, right? So it's these rigid ideals, beliefs that we somehow gather over time. And like I'll say to people, isn't that boring? They go, yeah, I hate it. Well, don't do it. Like, I don't get that whole concept of, and I spent my life in gyms, right? I've been working in gyms. I've been going to gyms, teaching aerobics for, 20 years. I've been in gyms since I was 18, but I love it, right? So that's my thing. I liked it. Times have changed though, however, and that's not always realistic for what I need now. I certainly don't want to spend that much time in a gym if I can help it, when I can get a much quicker, efficient, effective workout in a shorter amount of time. So this is what I want to talk about, this ideal about rigid thinking about what exercise should be, and not taking notice. Things of like incidental exercise, like going to the, walking to the park with your kids, taking the train, walking to the station, walking up up the escalators and or stairs instead of escalators, that kind of thing. So shopping, if you're in a shopping center and walking around for 2 hours, it's still 2 hours of walking you've done, right? So it's that idea of changing. Movement is movement, right? So it's being more flexible in your approach to what exercise is and what will work, right? And often this is another thing people will say to me, that if they're not sweaty, then it's not working. If it's not hard enough, if they're not sore the next day, it didn't do anything. That's that kind of rigid thinking that it's not good enough unless we're smashing our bodies, sweating our guts out, that kind of thing. There is no way, if you're doing some sort of exercise, whether it be walking, bike, gym, tennis, golf, whatever, right? There is no way you won't benefit. There is no way that it's doing nothing. And yeah, it's just a learnt pattern, unfortunately, and it might come from the days of, like, I did aerobics when high was high, right? It was really full on for a long time, and it was hard, and it had to be hard apparently, because then it would, that was the way it was done. These days, thankfully, we work our core, we work our muscles, we work our strength. We don't just spend it's a totally different concept of how we train. And if you're going to a gym, and if you are a gym girl or guy, and you go into a gym, you'll probably see people that are still training the way they did 20 years ago, right? So, and that's great for them. At least they're in the gym and they're working out, right? But if you don't have a lot of time and that's the excuse you're going to use, or that's going to hold you back from moving, if you have 10 minutes, then you've got time. If you've got 5 minutes, you've got time. So it's just opening up that idea of, what can I do, right? What time have I got, and what can I do in that time? That is what I won't say preach, but that is my methodology for exercise, to be more flexible and to be more open about anything you do will be helpful, right? As opposed to talking yourself out of it, not going at all, not trying because maybe you're not going to be good enough, you don't have an hour, maybe you'll be uncomfortable, maybe you'll look silly, people are going to look at me, that kind of thing. Like, again, that's a mindset, which is why I'm doing these 5 days of mindset, right? Because that is a mindset. So that's a sabotage, another way of holding you back, another way of stopping you from trying, because you're self-conscious about something. You might not feel comfortable, and if you're not feeling comfortable, then maybe it's the wrong thing for you. We've got to find something that makes you feel comfortable, that you're happy to do, and that it's not a chore, and that you won't find an excuse or resistance against trying, right? So that's another part of another important part of trying to work out these struggles and working out what works for you. There's no point doing something if you hate it, and you're not going to go, right? And I know people spending money on monthly gym memberships and never go. So why do something that's not going to work for you? Why push something that's not going to work for you? Find something that works, right? Open your ideas about what movement is, what more you could do. That's pretty much it for today. So far, yesterday, we talked about guilt. I've already forgotten what we talked about yesterday. Isn't that terrible? So just tuning in each day. I'm giving you 5 days, each day a different topic to work on these struggles around mindset. And a lot of the time with the different approach to exercise, it really is about habit. So one of the other big things about mindset is the motivation, right? We have this idea that we're supposed to be motivated. We're supposed to be, woohoo, we really want to do this. Now, in reality, most people are not like that, are not feeling like that way. They're not feeling motivated about most things in life, and that's through overwhelm. So you're better off to remove the overwhelm until you can get some passion and some energy going again, right? So anyway, that's what I want to talk to you about today. If you're struggling with motivation, confidence, just that rigid thinking of what is going to be good enough to get a result, and it's going to make a difference to your health and your body. If you're stuck in the 80s as to what you think will work for you, have a chat and we'll find some things and different ways to work out. I'm all about the whole body, right? The whole body gets worked out at the same time. It's a complete workout, and they're done in 4 or 5 minutes, right? You don't need an hour to get that done. Do it hard enough, bit of high impact or low impact, just repetitive. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. If you're going to walk 10 minutes every day, then you walk 10 minutes every day. If you can fit it in during your lunch break, maybe. So that's another thing about being flexible, is where can you fit it in, right? So you may not have time to get to the gym. So where can you fit it in? So that's about being flexible. I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk around the block during my work, my lunch hour. Yeah? So again, it's just coming up with ways to make it work for you. That's what I mean about being flexible. Yeah? It's got to fit. Otherwise, you're going to not do it. So if you'd like to talk to me about that, let me know, right? So I'll see you tomorrow on another live. I can't remember what the topic will be. I'll tell you tomorrow. And if you've got any questions, message me below and I'll get back to you. And if you want some help with making something work for you and making it fit, let me know and I'll help you with that too. Okay, guys. See ya. Bye.